Hello everybody and welcome back to another English video. My name is Daniel and today we are going to talk about conditionals. Now a conditional sentence is a sentence which usually has the word if. So that's how you know it is a conditional. I think you have heard these before. If I am tired, I will go to bed. If I like this movie, I will tell my friends to watch it. If I am hungry later, I will buy a pizza. A conditional sentence has two parts. It has a condition and a result. The condition is the clause which uses if. So this is the state that needs to be true. If this is true, this will be the result. So if I am tired, I will go to bed. If I am hungry later, I will eat. Okay, we're going to learn two kinds of conditional today. Now, the first conditional is what we use to talk about possible situations in the future. So this is something that can happen. This is something that might happen in the future. It is possible. To make a first conditional sentence, the condition if, we use this with the simple present tense. So it's if I am, if he is, if I go to the supermarket, I will buy eggs. So the second part of the sentence is simple present plus will. So if this is true, I will do something. If I answer the phone, I will say hello. Okay, so that's the first conditional. And the second conditional is what we use to describe hypothetical situations, imaginary situations. So these are situations that are not real or they are impossible. So I am a man, so I don't wear dresses and I don't put on makeup. But if I were a woman, I think I would wear dresses. But that is impossible. I am a man. And to make a second conditional sentence, guys, you use the if clause uses the past tense. So it's if I went to Japan, I would eat sushi. So if I did something, and then the result clause is would plus simple present tense. So I am not a woman, but if I were a woman, I would wear dresses, I guess. Okay, so let's think of some examples. So I'm going to ask you some questions and I want you to try using the correct conditional sentence to answer the question. So what will you do this evening if you have time? So you might have time this evening, you might not have time this evening. What will you do if you have time this evening? Let me think. If I have time this evening, I will watch a movie. If I have time this evening, I will do my English homework. If I have time this evening, I will watch an English video. So that's the first conditional that can happen. The second conditional, I am not a millionaire, unfortunately. But if I were a millionaire, I think I would move to a different country. If I were a millionaire, I would not live in England. I think if I were a millionaire, I would live in Malta or something. But that is not possible. I'm not a millionaire. I don't think I will be a millionaire in the future. But if I were a millionaire, I would be very happy. Now, guys, very quickly, I just want to say if you're talking hypothetically, then you need to use the words were and would. So I am a millionaire. I can buy a castle. I am not a millionaire, but if I were a millionaire, I would buy a castle. And if I were a woman, I would wear dresses. And if I were a Russian person, I think I would speak Russian. And if I were younger, I would have more hair. Okay, guys, so those are conditionals. The first conditional for possible things that could happen in the future, and the second conditional for hypothetical situations. Okay, so that's the end of the video. I hope you learned something useful today, guys. I would stay longer, but then the video would be too long if I stayed. So guys, I hope you enjoyed that. I'll see you next time for another English video. Bye-bye, everybody. Thank you.
Чтобы познакомиться с нашими преподавателями поближе, улучшить свой английский, разговорную речь, записывайтесь к нам на уроки. У нас, кстати, есть бесплатное занятие пробное.